I wanted to show you all my couple of favorite apps that I've been enjoying on the Apple Vision Pro this Sunday. And so let me just show you a couple that I think they've updated this one. I've talked about it before, but since they've updated it, I wanted to kind of show you the update. All right. So I'll bring it a little bit closer. This is the Flight app. Now there is an app for this on your phone. So there are apps for your phone. These planes are so close to me. Okay, I can turn it. Okay, so here I am looking at an airport. I can pull this to kind of show more or less. But I'm at the Seattle airport right now, and you can see the planes coming in. They're coming in to land, all right? On that side, and then these are taking off, right? And so what's really cool about this whole setup is you can change your perspective and kind of look at different areas of the same environment, so to speak. So I can pull myself a lot closer to the runway, for instance. I can tap, as you can see, on a plane, and it will give me all the information about the plane, even that we can see this plane is definitely landing because look how close it is to the ground. But you can also touch these planes. They're like little models in augmented reality. And so you can turn around, look at them from all angles, and these are the real branded planes. You almost expect to see little people inside. It's so beautifully done. And you'll see a variety of planes. So like here, looking at a bunch of commercial flights. Anna is a Boeing 787. But notice how Anna's plane doesn't have any branding. So what's interesting is sometimes I think when there's no branding, that is a hidden plane. Okay, for instance, I'm not saying it is, but could be Air Force One. All right. And in that case, you might have smaller planes around it that are kind of like acting as supervisors, and usually those don't have any branding either. Okay, so just a little side point. The real app that you can put on your phone has so many more features, and so it's easier to follow flights and things like that. But I love this AR experience because you can actually get up close and personal, and they added something new. So if I click here, you'll notice I can turn on and listen. I can listen to the tower, okay? Clicking on here, you can actually see that there's 3 people listening right now, okay?
On 118 heavy at spot 99, contact ramp 122.27.
So those are the radio stations. They just recently added that because I don't remember that before. And I want you to notice that sometimes you can see the trail of the plane. So you see that blue line? You might not be able to see it. But sometimes you can see the track of the plane.
Horizon Air 2354, wind 190
That's a pretty one right there. I'm not sure what airlines that is, but it's pretty. So you can change airports too. So let's go to something I've gone to recently, that's Seattle. This is LaGuardia. LaGuardia is going to have a whole lot more planes, I think, in the air. So you can see lots of planes. When I look at LaGuardia, I always wonder how they don't run into each other. So see these 2 right here? That's a helicopter flying at 950 altitude. And then there's a little plane right under him, flying just above him, actually.
New York,
just above him. So you see how close? So I'm always wondering how they can be so close to each other.
Runway 22 clear to land, 2182.
But here we are at LaGuardia Airport, and I believe the runway is over here. So let me just try and pull this over here. So this is the main runway here. Is that the right word? Yeah, I think so. You can see the planes lining up to land on that side. And then on this side, the planes are taking off. And so you can kind of see this happening. I love that. I'm just going to pull this back because it won't let you go beyond the square of the thing. and that's why they start to disappear if they
Derek
get
Breaker
outside of the thing.
2496 is 10,000, climbing 15,000.
But you can, I just think this is so awesome. Here's a little helicopter over here. And when a plane is private, it'll say it's private. But again, those unmarked planes, sometimes they can be political, like Air Force One and stuff like that. Here's one here, that's Republic Airways. Is that what that is? Republic Airways, yep. 30, so they must be landing too. Like, so that's landing. Here's a little tiny plane here. Now, I kind of wish it said how big the plane is, but it is saying what kind of plane it is. And if you click on the name of the plane, it'll give you the whole history of that plane.
Wind
And,
check for runway 22.
you know, how long it's been flying and stuff like that. Let's pick a commercial, right? So here we have a dial, right? Boeing 737. If I click on that, it'll give me the history of the Boeing 747. In addition to making it very clear to me that he's going up, so that was a recent takeoff. I can even see the path that he took here. Same thing with this one here. That just took off. This is JetBlue. Looks like JetBlue. So really cool. And I could sit here like for a good part of the day. And I guess it's because I like planes and I like following planes. And when I lived near LaGuardia, which I used to, I would go and watch them take off and land in real life. And then after that, I got the app. And then after getting the app, I got the Apple Vision Pro. And I can do this now from my living room, and it feels so realistic. These little kind of like I call them model airplanes, right? Here's another one that's not marked, and I'm just wondering what it will say.
Good evening, JetBlue.
So that is Canada Air. Why is it not branded? Who knows, right? Okay, so this is one of the apps I want to tell you about, and you can travel the world. You can search for your other airports. Here's Heathrow. I noticed that Heathrow Airport is very flat. Look how flat it is compared to Seattle. And I don't know if that's just because it's flat, you know, in real life, or because the quality of the terrain is not as good as the ones we saw earlier. So here we got these planes lined up coming in to land on that side, and then on this side they're taking off. And again, if we're tuned into the station, we can hear the tower talking as they bring them in. There's American, there's British. I would expect to see a lot of the British Airways at Heathrow. But so cool, right? Amazing. So I wanted to show you this app. It has gotten better in the past since the Apple Vision Pro was released. It's better than it ever was, and so I thought I'd share it with you. You do also, I didn't point this out, the little eye here is information about the airport, whereas when I pick a plane, I'm getting information about the plane and the flight. In here, I'm actually getting a view of the airport, where it is. I can even experience like what's happening there as far as weather. I can look at some history about that airport. So really cool. So, and by the way, if you notice an airplane is going so this is from Berlin to Heathrow. If you want to go to either of those airports, just click on the name and you'll go directly. So this one is not loaded. So some of them are not automatically downloaded, and I'm not sure why, but you just do that quick tap to download and it'll download it. Understand you won't see any planes until the download is complete, and you can see the progress here for the download. And then as soon as the download is complete, you'll start seeing planes coming into that airport as well. So kind of cool. You just about can go just about everywhere. But I do notice, and this could just be me, that the American airports really have the best terrain. And I'm not sure why that is. So look at that terrain real quick. See how it kind of a little bit, and it could be still loading. Okay, this one is actually nice now that it's finished loading. So that one just finished loading, and you can see terrain, you can see the parcels of land. But if we go to Seattle, I think that's one is even better. You've got much more diversity in the terrain, and I don't know whether that's just because Seattle is, bumpier. I don't know the right word for it than that other airport, but the quality of Seattle, in my opinion, is very high. Always amazes me how close these airplanes get to one another when they're landing and taking off, and so to me, it's almost miraculous that we don't have more flight crashes. All right, so I just wanted to show you that. I have another app I want to show you, so I'm going to close that one. And I'm going to open up one that's going to show you my house, because basically it doesn't have a immersive experience, although it is immersive, so you'll see what I mean. It's out there. So you might have heard me on my YouTube channel. You'll see a video about Paper Birds, which is a theater experience in the Quest, which is over the top amazing. And I actually am a big fan of theater. And so I've bragged about Paper Birds. I've filmed Paper Birds. It has 2 parts. It's much longer than this. But what this showed me was the opportunity that Apple Vision Pro has when it comes to indoor theater. Both from the immersive experience mixed with the AR experience, as well as the spatial sound. Because when we go to the theater, we want to hear the orchestra. We want to hear that music. And this, with the spatial sound, which I cannot record for you, you can. So I'm just going to hit open here, and it's going to open in my space. And it's going to create a theater experience right in front of me, but in my space. So this is where we're mixing AR with immersive, so think of VR plus AR in the same experience. Whereas Paper Birds is 100% a VR experience, okay? This is, to me, both, okay? And you're going to see that as we watch this. So I'm just going to start the experience. And I might just stand up because I was sitting down. And my only reason for standing up, I want to get my battery. So my only reason for standing up is to show you how immersive it is.
Once upon a time there was a family, poor but happy. A mama and a papa and Liv, their baby girl. Mama died when Liv was still little. Papa left alone.
It always drives me crazy that Disney and other children's story people like to kill parents. Like, how many times have mom died in every Disney movie you can think of? Well, I don't know why. I should shut up and let you listen, but you really need to experience this firsthand.
Imagination never died in there.
Okay, so the book closes, and now it's going to create a theater experience right in my space here. And this experience I can walk into.
Mama, I can't hear you now, but you used to sing to me.
So sad. I don't know why moms are all killed off.
Oh, hello. Are you really here?
Yep.
I've dreamt about you, but I didn't know you were real.
Yep.
Did you bring your magic?
Of course. Watch this. Boom.
Oh.
Bam.
Oh my.
What's it like to be a crow? A hummingbird, a sparrow, out there, out there.
Nothing you should ever know.
The guy in the cartoon
you can't
is
fly,
talking to us
you'll die if you go out
in the
there.
painting. See the phonograph
Out
moving?
There.
It's also got some animation.
Stay back behind the sill, you silly girl. Outside is a sham and a bitter pill, not one you should swallow.
You should know the treachery, the burglary and butchery out there.
I wish you could hear it in my ears. It sounds really good.
I'm telling you, a little girl can get snatched up. Your bravery is not enough out there.
Don't go
Out there.
Stay back behind the wall, you little girl. Outside they will all just ridicule.
Chew you up and swallow.
Are you following this?
Beyond the waging wine,
You're an inside child.
my daughter, you can fly. There's nothing wrong with what you were given. Good bones and a heart that's driven. So live your life out there.
I love the message, right? Some people try to hold us into a certain place, but we can fly. We can go do anything that we really want to do. And it starts breaking down the walls so that you can...
beyond the ledge. Fleshlings have the edge.
She's going out there. Now the pieces here, all these different toys, they're flying, but you're gonna see them coming into my house, right? So very much like the dinosaur. Remember the dinosaur? It's coming in, and I can touch them. So here she is in my house, and her bear, I can push him away. These things are so close, and it's such a cool experience. He's in my kitchen. It's such a cool experience, right? And I can walk into this scenery. The only reason I'm not is because of my battery. I wish I could untether me from my battery, but if I can walk in there. I have. You walk in there, turn around, look at your house from inside that room. Unbelievable!
It's time to live my life out there.
And you can stand in there for as long as you want. Like just hang out, look at the water for a while the credits are running, right? So this is the end. It's a very short thing. I wish it was a full story, like from, like maybe 30 minutes, maybe, right? But it's very short. But the experience is super powerful. Maybe I can untether a little bit here and just show you. Look, I can walk into the space. I can go into that room. I can turn around and look at my house from inside that room. Now, of course, you've got to have a big enough space to walk in. But if you do, you can walk in, right? Now, it's telling me to move back, not because I can't go into the center of this room. It's because it perceives I have a wall in front of me. And so it's telling me to move back so I don't hurt myself. But if I had this space, because I've done it before, you can walk into the center of this room, stand there and look at the water for as long as you'd like, hear the birds for as long as you like. I would love to learn how to be an artist for this type of thing because, I'm super blown away by this. And it's the same feeling I had with Paper Birds, but on a whole different level. So if you've got a Quest 3 and you like theater, check out Paper Birds. If you've got the Apple Vision Pro, download and check this out as well. And as you check it out, walk into it, touch things. It's immersive plus AR all in one and just well put together, right? So I just wanted to share that with you. There's one more thing I wanted to share. So let's see if I can come out of this app. So I'm going to close out there. And just one more thing. So I had done a video for you a while ago about puzzling places. Let's see. Let's pull this back up. I want to show you that they updated their app. Okay, I'm going to try my best to open it. It's probably... Oh, it's